tables, ChatGPT can work with any feature in the Markdown syntax. So again, if you're not really comfortable or at all familiar with Markdown, it's this nice syntax that we can use to generate structured documents very quickly. So for example, to make headings, we use the hash symbol to make a H1 level heading. We use 2 hash symbols to make a slightly smaller heading. We use 3 to make an H3. We can make bold text using double asterisks, italics using a single asterisk. You might, if nothing else, you might know Markdown from creating comments on Reddit. We can make block quotes, ordered lists, bulleted lists. We can have code blocks, horizontal rules, which are lines. You can put images in, you can put in links. There's tables, which we've already seen. There's a bunch of stuff that we can do. So the reason that I bring this up is that we can have ChatGPT generate Markdown for us and also interpret Markdown and get it as an input. So here's just an online Markdown editor. You can see things like if I use a single hash symbol, this makes me a heading. This is the rendered result over here. And then I can have some paragraphs of text. I can have a code block. Whoops. Let's do like print. Hello. Let's see if I can zoom in here. You can see it makes me a code block over here. Anyway, we can use this in the world of ChatGPT. So I could ask the model, I could say, please generate me a roughly 500 word, and let's keep it even smaller, 300 word blog post on how to use, and let's tell it, you are an expert teacher and programmer with a knack for writing great blog posts. Okay, please generate me a roughly 300 word blog post on how to use the React use state hook. Again, if you don't know React or JavaScript, don't worry. I'm just coming up with some technical content. This has nothing to do with Markdown at the moment. I'm going to tell it your output should be in Markdown format. And then I can even get more specific. Please use headings and subheadings and also correctly format code blocks. And I'll also tell it to bold any key phrases or terms. Okay, let's see how that goes. So you can already tell it's giving me Markdown because we've got a heading here. I've got paragraphs. There's a bold term. I've got subheadings. It's giving me structure. Oh, and look at these nice code fragments. Now, the way it's rendered, the exact colors, the fonts, that is specific to whatever website, in this case, the ChatGPT website. But the underlying content, once this finishes generating that we can look at, the underlying content is just Markdown syntax. And it's generating that for me. It makes it a lot easier to create blog posts because a lot of blogs just support Markdown right out of the box. Okay, so here's our nice blog post. Key terms are bolded, right? We got syntax, highlighting, all this stuff. If I copy the underlying Markdown, I'll take it over here. This is a Markdown editor. You can see that it actually generated the text correctly, right? Not just the actual words, but it puts the Markdown syntax in there. It's making me code blocks using the special syntax. It's creating bulleted lists. It's using headings. And it's just a really nice, quick way to get structure in your content. So that's how we can use Markdown. You can also provide Markdown as an input, of course. You can tell it, here's some Markdown. I want you to, tweak the content, but keep it as Markdown or do something else with it. And of course, it also supports tables as we previously learned.